Alright everyone, this is Ash. Welcome back to the King's Speech. So there is a short channel update video out today. I kind of debated whether or not to do one, but I kind of figured I'd explain, what's been going on, stuff like that. Please do check it out. It has more details regarding videos, everything like that, what's coming up next on the channel, stuff like that. With that said, we are playing a little bit of catch up this weekend, so we're going to get through the Shonen Jump chapters. We're going to get around to a couple of read-throughs. So a lot of good content is going to be coming your way. So if you haven't already, please do consider liking, commenting, subscribing, all that good stuff. I just finished recording the video for Kaiju number 8, so we're going to get around to the next couple of chapters of Akane-Banashi here. So that's a lot of good content coming your way. So like I said, any kind of support you'd like to show at this point would be greatly appreciated. Especially because these times of month do tend to be typically the hardest on me. It's when my motivation to kind of create and do content is at its lowest. So any kind of nice comment, upvote on a video really does mean a lot to me. So if you do enjoy this content, please do leave a little gesture like that, and it'd be greatly appreciated. But without further ado, let us get into it with Akane-Banashi, Story 95. It's been a while. Story by Yuki Suenaga, art by Takamasa Moe. So let me quickly see if I can remember what Reporter Bro's name is, because I feel like I shouldn't keep calling them Kashio, calling him Reporter Bro. What you have with backstage entrance for Asagao's little performance. You have just like all these people like dressed up in black suits, like standing at attention at the entrance door. And of course, you have Rakugo supervision by Keiki Hayashiya. Translation by Stephen Paul and lettering by Sneer Aron. And you have, what was the reporter girl's name? Sei. So you have Sei going, "It seems really tense back here. I thought it'd be more of a party atmosphere." And Kashio's like, "Ordinarily it would, but there's a lot of attention on this debut. Who'd guess that the chairman of the Rakugo Federation himself, the national treasure, would show up in person?" And that's Miroku Kashiwaya, the guy with like the little spiked back hair. And you have Asaka just like bowing deeply to him. You have the black-crested kimono looks good on you. It's like, "Thank you, sir." It's like, "Master Moroku, I'm grateful that you decide to attend." Sorry. Oh yes, it's sorry, for a second I thought that was Chocho that was talking, but that is Asagao. And he's Asagao just standing there casually with smirking at him. He's like, "Hey Chocho." It's like, "Shomei was whining about it. You didn't explain anything." It's like, "Haha, it's called a surprise, man." So I was thinking of sticking around. Sorry, it's Miroku going. "I was thinking of sticking around to the end today." And Chocho's like, "Sure, be our guest." He's like, "Is that all right?" And I assume that's the organizer being like, "Oh, of course, I'll show you to the waiting room." And Miroku's like, "It's been several years since I heard an Arakawa performance." And he's just like, "I think I'll enjoy this one." And yeah, right this way. And Chocho's like, "Was that honesty? It's always hard to tell his true intentions." And you have Asagawa Ani-san. It's like, "I brought the extra box of hand towels." You see Akane just like running up with the box. He's like, "Oh, thanks a bunch." And she's just like stretching with an ow. It's like, "Busy day for you, huh? Running errands before your big performance." It's like, "Well, these errands are the majority of Zenza's duties. A majority of a Zenza's duties. Like, plus, I'm all ready to go. I'm prepared and I'm primed. My mood right now is bring it on." And Chocho's like, "That's what I like to hear." It's like, "So, where's Tainoji then?" It's like, "Master Chocho, I just received a message from Master Taizen." It's like, "Tainoji's gonna be late? Why? What's his excuse?" He's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't ask." So but he said he'll make sure that he arrives on time, even if it's right down to the wire. So he wants you to leave the order as it is. He doesn't want to cause any delays. And you see that the lineup is Akane Arakawa first, then Taizen Arakawa, then Chocho Kanjukate with intermission. Then you have Ogia Daikagura dance with Asagao Konjukate at the very end. He's like, "I'm very sorry about this. Even in important debuts, he often reaches the venue after the show has already begun." Chocho's just like scratching his head. He's like, "Damn it. The point being he'll do the job he was asked to do, but he doesn't want to engage with her gamble." And you see Akane is kind of like also shocked and taken aback by this. He's like, "I have a hard time imagining that stubborn hard ass doing something so pathetic after that speech he gave." Which means, and he thinks back to the grinning Afro man, who was what? Give me a second, what was his name? Zensho Arakawa. He's like, "It was that damn Afro!" Christ. He's like, got it. I'll call Tainoji myself. And Akane's like, Master, is there anything I can do? He's like, I appreciate the thought, but you don't know the situation or where you stand. So there's nothing you can do here. Just be patient and have faith. Got that? And she's just like looking all like gritting her teeth, like looking all nervous and like anxious. He said, damn it, come on! Where is he? And you see your phone ring with a ver. As you have him standing at like under like a little pagoda kind of thing. Not a pagoda, like one of those like outhouse like summer things. I can't remember what the word is off the top of my head. Is like standing outside under one of those with his phone on like a seat. And you have what was it? What was Afro's name? Was Zensho? Yeah, Zensho. Then flashing back to Zensho telling him, don't ever give a recommendation to one of Shiguma's pupils. It's like, it is the pinnacle of unfairness. And yet he is my master. I cannot defy him. On the other hand, to treat art with anything less than total honesty would violate my artistic principles. It's like, I'll undertake the first step to Futatsume with every ounce of strength I have. And he's back to Akane telling him that. Ver. His phone is still ringing with calls from Chocho. And Java, you seem to be struggling mightily with something. Whenever there was a problem weighing on your mind, you always went to a place with a lot of green. I see that habit hasn't left you. And you see Shinta coming up behind him with his little like travel suitcase as he goes, it's been a while, Taizen. It's like, Shinta. He's like, Shinta Arakawa. It's been a while since anyone's called me by that name. Shinta Arakawa is dead. I'm Toru Osaki, just a regular old concrete salesman. Oh, shit. Alright, so that was a very fast-paced chapter. So quick thoughts on the chapter, I guess. So that was a very fast-paced chapter, but like it was just packed with like so much like tension and anticipation with what's going on. But yeah, so we see that, because now I'm wondering if Moroku, when he was like telling Chocho, was like, I'll be sure to enjoy the performance, if that was him kind of hinting that he knew shit was going to go down with Taizen not showing up because like the political situation and everything like that. So I'm curious to find out like more about this guy and what his whole deal is going to be. Apart from that, I love how Akane is just like going in like all gung-ho, like ready to go, and then immediately is just like on edge when she learns that, you know, Taizen's going to be running late. It's like, oh, you know, like what's the point if she's going first? If he misses the whole thing, it's like that's going to just screw up her entire plan. So yeah, apart from that, I like that we got like a little bit more of Taizen, who's like, you know, whose entire character is kind of like, you know, I have to do what kind of tradition dictates. You know, he kind of follows the chain of command, so to speak. But he's kind of just like, you know, kind of combating that with himself, thinking the whole thing of like, you know, I also have. So we see the conflict between where he's like, you know, I have to kind of adhere to the principles and like tradition of Rakugo, but at the same time, you know, I want to adhere to the principles of like, you know, storytelling, performance, and like all the artistic stuff, and I can't just like kind of let that slide. And you see him kind of like battling that tension within him. So I really like that, and I like that we're kind of seeing this conflict going to be paid out with his speech or his reunion with Shinta. So I'm very, very curious as to what direction this conversation is going to take. And see, this is kind of why I'm glad I don't do like weekly stuff to Akane and kind of do like 2 chapters at once, because I feel like the anticipation of waiting for the next chapter for this would have just like killed me to kind of find out what was going on next, like what was going to be happening and things like that. But yeah, like again, this arc has so far been on fire thus far. Like I don't really have any major complaints with it. And I really, really hope it's going to stick the landing. So like I mentioned in the beginning, if you enjoy these videos, please do like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Like I mentioned, there is a channel update video out today, so please do go check that out. And don't stop talking about what's happening in Palestine. And until next time, this is Ash. Talk to you all later.